Welcome everyone, welcome to Nothing Media. We have a very special guest today, Naho Owada, who's going to be expressing and talking about unconditional love. Naho, if you would like to say an introduction.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's really nothing is happening. So it really can't be talked about. So there's only nothing, and nothing is appearing as this. There's only that, and then constantly just that. And this sound, whatever is appearing, that's all there is. So, and also, this can be known. What is appearing, what is happening can't be known, can't be found. There's only that. So, can't be spoken about. And this isn't personal, just that. And this is complete freedom for nobody. Just whatever is happening is freedom. And there is nothing more, nothing need to happen. And this is completely already whole and complete. But as soon as me appears, me feels something missing. Me feels something needs more than this. So from that sense, everything starts. And me feels I am somebody, I live on reality, I have life, I am real, I exist, and I am living, I can do something, becomes real. And since me feels something missing, me try to find the cause of the feeling. And also me try to find something more. So me started to looking for something more. But this movement, looking for something more, never ends. Whatever me found, whatever me gets, never ends that. Because me think there is a cause. Me think there is a reason for that. And me usually looking for the reason or cause in their own reality, which is a story, in a story. But actually, that cause of sense of unease or missing something or sometimes feeling suffering is not only come from the story. It's coming from the sense of self, which is separation, sense of separation. And then me started to hear, oh, so cause of suffering, cause of all problem is come from sense of self. Then me started to looking for or try to find own freedom, own revelation. And me started to seek. But this also never ends. There is no own freedom. So to the me, that freedom doesn't appear. It's not gonna happen, never gonna appear. Because me is the cause of separation. Me is a separation. And so me can't stop that sense of self. So what's being longed for isn't personal. That freedom me is looking for is not own personal freedom. That what's being longed for is already. There is only freedom. In a sense, I am somebody, I feel separate, I need more, isn't real, isn't really happening. There is only what is happening. Of course, including that sense of self, He's appearing, but for nobody. And that also, actually, it's freedom, in a way. There's nothing to need to be changed. Nothing's not gonna change. And they're already whole and complete. So if something appears, if something wants to ask, please ask.
Thank you so much. That was brilliant, Naho, as always. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. You can also type your questions on YouTube, on Facebook, and I'll read it for now. We have William. Go ahead, William, and unmute yourself.
Hi, Naho.
Hi, William.
So I know this message can't be understood, but it sounds like a contradiction what you're saying in the introduction, because you're saying that me has the sense that there's something missing, but you're also saying that doesn't actually happen, or it's not actually happening.
Yes, yes, exactly. It's not happening. So to the me, reality. So what I described that, how that me feels, me appears, sense of self, sense of unease appears, but that isn't reality.
I still don't understand it. You mean you mean because there's no real unease?
So me isn't real, but to the me, it feels reality.
Right, okay.
So that's why that question appears, or that movement, there is something more, I need more, appears. But that there's no more.
Right, okay. So the me's looking for something that doesn't exist.
Exactly. And the me doesn't exist.
I still feel like the me does exist. And
so in a way, that's why, this talk, this conversation, it's seemingly appearing, but it doesn't need to, in a way, because it's already in that case.
so it's already the case that there isn't anyone.
No.
And that's why the conversation isn't needed. But to the me, it feels like I need to get something from this conversation to solve my problem and become liberated and blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. That's how that life appears. This is apparently like a life is a game. It almost like a life is appearing as Naho, life is appearing as William, and then like conversation appears, but there's only life. There's only what is happening.
So there's no claiming there, because you're saying life is appearing as Naho, life is appearing as William. Here, there's a claiming that there is someone that this body and thoughts and speaking and all that belongs to. So that just doesn't happen there.
Of course not, because that can only appear if that's an illusion is reality. If that's in the personal, somebody is in reality, then all sorts of things are happening, all sorts of problems, all sorts, something need to fix or something need to get can appear. But where is something more? Where is everything something more? Where is that?
Yeah. It exists in me's fantasy of what else it's going to achieve or find.
Yeah, but that is really energetic. To me, it's reality. To me, it's not fantasy. It feels real.
Yeah.
So this isn't understanding, because from the sense, it feels reality. It appears as a reality in a way.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Naho.
Thank you, William. We have a question here from Manuj. Manuj, the me seems to appear due to a compulsion that to an illusion?
So me is illusion. Me isn't really happening. But to the me, it's reality. Did I answer the question?
Yeah. There's a question here from Barb. What is absolute reality?
Absolute reality? Actually, there's only what is happening. That's if you say absolute reality, but I don't know. It's just what is happening. That's all there is. And that what is happening isn't happening. So nothing is happening. That's all there is. So there is no absolute, no absolute. It's that is a separation. There's only what is happening. That's why apparently me's reality isn't really happening.
Brilliant. Thank you. This one is from Jonathan. If there is no one, then there's no need really for forgiveness. Is that true?
Forgiveness is only appears in me's reality. So almost like a conceptual reality. So it's important to me that forgive or not forgive, but that's the story, whatever that happens, that's what is happening. There's no right and wrong. There's no way to arrive. That if you want to feel that, then that's what's happening. There's only what is happening, whatever it's happening.
Thank you. This one is from Walter. Walter asked, since everything is nothing appearing as separate things, how can there be anything dualistic?
So there is no dualistic. There's only what is happening, and which isn't something solid, and which isn't separate, only seemingly.
And there's an addition to that question. How can any teaching be dualistic since there is no such thing as duality?
Yes, so that's why that teaching also, it's in the story. That isn't really happening. It's just appearing that way.
Brilliant. Thank you. This one is from Prachi. Prachi goes, hi Naho. After the apparent awakening, did you see your near and dear ones as emptiness?
So there is nobody knows. There is nobody left to know anything. Just there is nothing. And nothing is appearing as everything. So there's nobody here knows that.
Thank you. William, go ahead, please, and then mute yourself.
Hello again, Naho. I wanted to ask a question about the story of Naho before the apparent death. Was there a lot of suffering in the story?
Actually, Naho was something like a strange baby, and she felt uncomfortableness before she got 1 year old, and since that, constantly felt unease, but there wasn't any horrible story. So in a way, it was obvious that the uncomfortableness it didn't come from the story. It there wasn't a reason for that. Naho didn't know that reason why feels missing something or uncomfortable or feels suffering, but it didn't come from story. Of course, in getting teenager and then becoming adult, and then so many things started to happening, then so many suffering appeared, but it was obvious that that suffering didn't come from the story.
Yeah, and now at the time, I'm just guessing, you probably wanted to get rid of the suffering.
Of course, yes. So Naho was almost like looking for everywhere, to find an answer. Why I feel that, just didn't understand that and why, wasn't feel enough, or it just felt contraction.
Yeah.
Now stay home all day. She didn't like to stay home all day because she felt the sense of self, or I don't know, she didn't understand that time, but didn't like that, being home all day.
But now you would say that there was nothing wrong with the suffering in it.
And now it's never happened. That story never happened. Naho never existed. So that was whole dream. That dream is so energetic, so that that sense of self and that suffering. And from I was born from zero, I felt a sense of self, and suffering was so real, so real. And but that never happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying yes, but I don't understand it, because I feel like I've been suffering for my whole life, and blah 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 blah, and it's obvious that it must be the sense of separation. But then when you say Naho never existed, I'm thinking, so William and the story of suffering and all this stuff doesn't exist either.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So for some people, to hear this, some people feel the relief, and then some people feel maybe not happy. I don't know, but
It's both.
yes.
Sometimes relief, sometimes it's just like, well, how can you say that I don't exist in the story and blah blah blah, and it never happened?
Yeah.
But then I think I want access to that, not that you have it as a knowledge, but I want that, because then it would be freedom from the apparent suffering.
Yes, so that me feels it's personal. So that sometimes I feel happy, sometimes not. That sense creates need to be free.
Yeah.
That either way, I'm happy or I'm not happy, always like come to me. It's really myself. That's why me can only seek something for me. Me can only seek the freedom for me. But that doesn't exist. That freedom for me never happened, because me is the energy of separation. Me is separation.
And so you don't have any hope for us to not be separate, because you already don't see this apparent separate experience of suffering happening to someone.
Here feels already free. That's only appeared here. So that freedom telling me I am not free. That's what to be seen.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Freedom telling, oh, I need the freedom, but it's already free.
You can see something I can't, or well, yeah. Anyway, thank you again.
Thank you, William. I have a couple of questions here now. This one is from Klaus. Klaus actually is here. I'm not sure if you want to ask the question yourself, Klaus, or do you want me to read it? So Klaus goes, "Hi, Naho."
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Klaus.
Hi, good to see you again.
Okay.
Yeah. I had an experience a couple of days ago where I was going to a waterfall, and it was a cliff. And normally I'm scared of heights, but when I was walking towards the cliff, I didn't feel anything until suddenly I remember I was afraid of heights. So that also led me a bit into the question about that feeling, that energetic feeling, which just suddenly switched on in that moment. And do you think that there is something like a guidance in that, or like something I can like relate to from that experience?
It feels like almost like me came back. I mean, like me is maybe me is always there, but me always like how can I say, have to control that situation. So then me started to feel, oh, I have to control it. Then started to become more real. What is happening?
Yeah, it felt like that because I was just walking there, and it felt like there was no height or anything. It was just a beautiful view. And
Yeah.
a thought came, why am I not afraid now of heights? And then suddenly that energetic just turned in. So it was amazing experience.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
For me, it's almost like in a way, me is not constant. During the day also sometimes me is not there, but it's so real to me that I am living. So that me can't know when me is not there because me is not there. But when me is there, it's so convincing that me is constant. Me is constant, and also me is continuous. That's why that when me come back, oh my God, I should be afraid. Oh my God, I forgot. I used to be afraid of a height or something like that.
Yeah. What happens when that energetic feeling, how can it dissolve? Because it just felt like it was gone for some period, that it wasn't there, and then suddenly it just struck in with energy, and everything seemed really, that afraid of heights seemed really real then again.
Exactly. So, sense of self, sense of me becomes real. So strong, that sense.
Yeah, it felt really strong. So, but how does it dissolve? How does it stop to appear?
That's right. So that's the me's idea. That's how Christian is impossible, because how means implies that someone can do something. It doesn't. Whatever it's happening, nobody ever affects that. Nobody ever does anything. It's all happening, simply happening. So how it means like you can do something, and also
Yeah. So it's just random luck, or it seems like random luck, but it wasn't really there in the first place.
yes. So yes, you could say random, but everything is simply happening, appearing, and doesn't need to change. That again, that me feels me need to change. Me feels something need to happen. So from that sense, how can appear.
Yeah.
So that's what to do.
Yeah, because it becomes like a perfectionism that, okay, finally it was gone for some moment there, and it was really, really beautiful. So then it should be like that always.
That's what me think.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, and I see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Nice to see you again.
Klaus. We have Eugene next. Eugene, go ahead, please, and unmute yourself.
Naho,
Hi, Eugene.
good to speak to you again.
Speak to you too.
There is a reason for me to watch this program, even though nothing's happening. Because if I was to watch a program with Naho, who is promoting more suffering and who is self-conscious, I wouldn't be watching this program. So there is a meaning to something. Yeah. And I'm wondering, does that meaning happens?
Right.
But does meaning happen to a me?
Yes, exactly, yes.
So if you were to win the lotto,
yes.
If you were to win $1 million, it wouldn't affect you. It wouldn't affect Naho.
I think there's a likes and dislikes.
Okay. And what level do likes and dislikes happen?
So in a moment, joy might appear, then I don't know what's going to happen next. But there's in a way that it's not solid reality. That's how it's appearing.
Okay. But I mean, you do react. I don't know if you don't have children, but your mother and your parents, that has a history to it. Does that also a me? Or can that happen, that special? I mean, you don't treat your mother like you would treat any other person.
So that's how me think, right? So me always say everything is separate and everything relating to me, this is more important than this. There isn't that here. So whatever it's appearing, if that's more affectionate to the mom, that's how it's appearing. There's no comparison. That's how it's appearing. What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would think that comes from thought and history and that would be a me, but that's probably not a me. That's just what's happening.
Exactly. That everything is happening same
So
way.
being a seeker, being a neurotic, getting excited about a promotion, going through education to get a better job, the nice car, the nice wife and all that. That's me, but that can still happen.
So that can of course anything can happen, but it's not going to happen to anybody anymore. It's just happening. And me see is one is more valuable than the other is not. It's like me is seeing in comparison.
Okay.
There isn't happening like that. It's just happening.
Okay.
But there is how can I say apparent likes and dislikes and apparent how can I say preference, but then you can't say because there is no comparison. So it's seemingly apparent preference, but that is what is happening.
Okay. I'm just thinking like if you have a pile of dishes in your sink, do you ever think I really need to wash these dishes because they're stinking up the place, or what if my neighbors come in, or do you have anything about image anymore?
I don't know. Any thoughts can appear, but there isn't somebody. How can I say? It's not real. That's how that any thoughts can appear, but that's not real. So to me, it's reality that that I have to wash the dishes is reality. Here, there's nobody knows what's gonna happen next if that washing appears or not happening. And then it's not something, how can I say, solid.
Okay. But I mean, when you're driving, you push the brake to stop because you know that that's going to happen.
So
I mean, you can in any seconds. I don't know. Like I could fall dead in front of the camera, or anything can happen. But there are certain things that you do because, like, if I'm trying to find a bottle, I have a bottle here. I found it. So I know that that's there.
yes, yes.
You know, there is some knowing of, there is a relationship with objects. Otherwise,
Exactly.
you know.
Yes. So it's direct. It's like immediate. Whatever is happening is just that. But me is controlling. Me is separate from what is happening. But that isn't happening. But that's how me feels.
The me feels that isn't happening, or
Yeah, exactly. That I know this. I'm controlling this. I found this is my action. Is reality to the me.
okay. But there's no difference from me feeling like there's a me and me wanting to be a no me like Naho is a no me. So Naho is no different than me being a neurotic seeker.
Exactly. There is no Naho. There is no neurotic seeker. That's how the appearing, how it's appearing.
Okay. I was wondering also, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I think once you were saying that something about the environment, that people think that they can save the world, and you thought it was ridiculous. I know other non-dual speakers have also thought that that was ridiculous, but do you, even though you think that, do you recycle?
So that's it's interesting that that apparent body, whatever that body does, body does. There's no difference in a way, but there is no how can I say a meaning to it. There's no reality to it. It's like whatever it's happening, whatever that body does, that's how it's appearing, and there is no sense. It's doing.
Okay. But then, so then if there's no meaning, then that body can be a serial killer, or that body can be, whatever the worst things you can think of, or that body can be Dalai Lama, or that body can be Mother Teresa.
Exactly. That's how that story appears, right? But that to the me, that is 100% reality. There is Mother Teresa is reality, right?
Yeah. And there's a belief in good and bad.
Exactly. But there isn't, because one is appearing as that. There is no good and bad. But as just to say, recycling or saving the world, that's how that appears. Then, there's no right and wrong. That's how it's appearing. Whatever it's happening can't be any other way. And that is freedom. And that is perfect.
Okay. But that drops also, because you might recycle, but I'm recycling because I think I'm doing something good for the environment. You're just recycling because that's happening.
Oh, no reason. Yes, exactly. Yes. There is no reason.
So if you had a boyfriend, you would show affection, but there's no reason to show affection to your boyfriend.
Of course not. So why so me feels me needs the reason to do something. That's again, that's the you need a time to think about it, and you have to do something, right? Everything happening is more immediate. There's no, it's not thinking can appear, but that's what is happening.
Okay. So does thinking come from conditioning? What we learn and, what we're taught, what we read, the things we see on TV, how things should be? Is that where, but that's not real either.
It's not happening.
That's not happening.
That's not happening here.
Okay. That's not happening there.
It's not happening.
Well, was it happening?
Actually, nothing is happening. Nothing's been this. So it can't be described. It just
Sometimes you say it's just happening, and sometimes you say nothing's happening. What's the difference between it's just happening and there's nothing happening?
so nothing is being what is happening. So at the same both well, it's like nothing's being everything. So being everything is what seemingly happening, but nothing's being everything, so nothing is happening. So that is not idea, it's obvious. It's just the way it is.
So nothing being everything is an illusion because everything is born of nothing.
Everything isn't illusion. It just seemingly, it's just appearing, just apparently happening. I wouldn't say it's illusion. Illusion is me. Me is not happening.
But who is there to realize that nothing is everything, or everything is nothing?
Nobody. There isn't anybody can realize that.
But I'm ascribing that to you because Naho is saying that. I'm not saying that.
So there is no Naho who realized that. This is end of Naho. Naho never existed. There is only nothing and everything is left. That's the difference. Me think I am somebody and I can find freedom. But me feels I have me. I am me. So as I said at the beginning, me is constantly looking for freedom for me. But freedom isn't personal.
Oh. So there's no use in looking for happiness either. Like going to a psychologist, people want to, it's not just looking for this no me. I think in general life, people are looking to escape some type of suffering. Like, oh, I'm running out of money in my bank account. I better work 3 jobs. Or I don't know, I'm not having a good relationship. I should see a psychologist and try to work through those things. Is there no meaning to those things either? To be a better, self-help, be a better person.
That is the only thing that is, again, if that is appearing, that is seemingly happening. But here, again, feels like freedom is appearing as that. So it's not true.
No, but it's still okay.
Of course, okay. There is only okay. It's as I said, that the freedom is appearing as that.
Okay.
So it's not true suffering. But I wouldn't say that person that you're suffering. I wouldn't say that. But that's how it appears this here.
Okay. Thanks, now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene.
You're welcome.
The next person that we have is Eligio. Eligio, please unmute yourself.
Hello there.
Hiya.
Yeah, I won't take long. But damn, dude, just ask her if she's got a boyfriend directly. That's all you got to do. Just ask her if she's got a boyfriend directly dude, next time. Okay, here's my question.
Oh, what was the question? Yes?
Oh, she don't understand. She doesn't understand. Okay. I want to make sure. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying before I speak. Okay. If you don't understand something, please stop me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, hello, Raj, in the chat. Okay. All right. I wake up and I have thoughts in my head. They come.
Yes.
They just come.
Yes.
It's a stream of thoughts. Stream. You know what a stream is? A stream is water. A stream is.
Yes. Stream of thoughts. Yes.
Yeah, stream of thoughts. And then I pick up the thoughts I like, or maybe I don't pick them out. They just stand out. Some thoughts stand out. And then I put all those puzzles together. And then I make a truth out of them. Okay, this is a repetitive question for some people. They heard this morning. Okay, so then I have the truth, my truth. That's just a story, right?
actually, that's what you describe. That's what you did in the morning isn't happening.
Yeah. Is or is not happening. Is or is not happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's hard to talk because your first language is Japanese, and it's hard to explain what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm sorry, but that's how
It's okay.
happening.
It's like that movie, Lost in Translation.
Uh-huh.
So the point is this. The point is this. Okay, so now I have a series of thoughts that I make my truth out of. Correct?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I call them truth. You know what
Yes.
truth is? What is
Yes.
truth? Okay, I want to know that you understand what I'm saying. Please tell me what the word truth means.
Yes. Yes.
What does the word truth mean?
Truth is that somebody think that it's the reality.
Truth means reality.
Uh-huh.
So that's my truth. The gathering of those thoughts put together.
Uh-huh.
That's my truth.
Mm-hmm.
So is that reality? Truth equals reality.
Yes, to the person, it's reality, right?
Okay, to the person. The appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all. I think I don't know. I don't get it. I was gonna put my camera on, but I'm on a gas station. But
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo.
You're welcome. Emerson.
All right, so we have a couple of questions here at Naho. First, a couple of comments. One of the comments, really a pleasure to listen to you, Naho, from Saloni. And then Martha goes, that is so radical. No good, no bad. Nothing ever happened. All the stories all we learned in history. World wars never happened. Nobody to judge. Mind blowing. Beautiful. Thanks. The question here is from Deepak. Deepak goes, do you want to ask the question yourself, Deepak, or do you want me to ask it? Okay. Hello, Naho. If everything is happening by itself, how does the change come about?
So a change is again in time, but actually it's not really, how can I say? Whatever is happening, that's all there is. But me think, for example, me knows what happened before and what happened next. That becomes change to the me. But constantly there is only what is happening.
Beautiful. Thank you. Rajiv, I know you're here. So if you want to ask your question, please go ahead and unmute yourself. I guess Rajiv wants to. Oh, there he is.
Hello, Naho. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I had just one question.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
Huh?
What is?
What is? So nobody knows that. Just what is? What is can't be found. Can't be known. Just what is.
Does that answer your question, Rajiv?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
There's a couple more questions here. This is from Stan. Stan, if you want to ask your question, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Oh, this is a comment. Sorry. I'll go to Morris. Morris goes, if all is perfect, then the illusion of the me is perfect as well.
Exactly, yes. Nothing need to change, and nothing's not gonna, can't be another way. So apparent me is appearing in a way perfectly, but it's not really happening.
Thank you. I have a question here from Facebook. What is morality? Does morality really exist?
So in the me's story, so many me's reality, so many things is happening, so many rules. So morality is one of that. And it's important to me in maybe, but that's in the me's reality.
Beautiful. Wow. Tammy Kondo, please go ahead, Tammy-san.
Hi.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi. Hi, Naho. Hi, Emerson. Hi. Do you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your nice time.
Thank you.
My question is, you wore pink clothes last month. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I like it very much. And someone say the clothes is cute.
Oh.
And you answered, yeah, thank you very much. And no one chose it.
Exactly, yes.
So choosing happened.
Yes. Yes, in a way, yes, but just the way it didn't happen. Maybe too, but nobody's doing that. So I can't say nobody's doing. It just appeared in that way.
And my example, I like one of the Japanese pro baseball team called Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but is it same? No one chose it.
Yes, just like in appearing, like it happens. But to me, it feels my likes. It feels like I like. It's like my, my experience.
Yes, because I can't say why I chose. I become to like the pro baseball team.
Yes,
I have a reason, so I think I chose it.
Exactly, yes. That's how me lives in a way that me always need a reason or me think, oh, I like this because blah, blah, blah. Me, I don't know. Me wants to know.
And also, I get influenced from the team too much sometimes.
How?
If the team lose, I got anger. Yes.
Yes, that again, that if you speak that way, then sometimes me think that shouldn't be happening, right? I shouldn't be angry, no?
Yes, yes.
But nothing wrong with that's what is happening, But yes, I can say two things that the reason why the anger appears strongly because it feels it happening to me. That loss is like happening to me.
Yes.
And me feels it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I agree. If the anger did happen not to me, that's okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Anger is so suffering, isn't it?
Yes, it maybe to the me it feels uncomfortable, but anger is anger. It's not suffering.
No suffering.
But the reason why it feels uncomfortable because it's happening to me.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's okay. Thank you.
Arigato. Thank you,
Thank you
Tammy.
very much. Thank you. Thank you, Emma-san. Bye.
Arigato. Thank you. This was
Nice Japanese. Beautiful Japanese.
This is from Luis. Naho, how do you feel about Bhakti Yoga?
Bhakti yoga. Oh, I don't really know Bhakti yoga.
It's about devotion.
Okay.
Yeah, devotional yoga.
I see. That if that's happening, that's perfect. You know, whatever is happening, it's perfect. That's only all there is. It's just there's no comment. It's just it's happening.
I think, Luis, did you ask that question? Yeah, Luis, asked a question. So if you want to unmute yourself, Luis, maybe you have a follow-up to Bhakti Yoga?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for this chat. It really alchemizes the medium. And what little I know about Bhakti Yoga, I'm just starting to learn about it, is that it requires a little bit of, some people describe it as divine madness, or they'll associate it with the feminine. And people associate it to unconditional love. And so it's just great. It's very stimulating to think about Bhakti Yoga, because the way that I can maybe approach this is a sense of namelessness. And of course, we measure the oneness by these moments where the veil opens and it closes, right? And that's kind of like the label. But for me, a really simple way to explain it is, I remember as a child, sometimes forgetting my name, forgetting the sound of my name, the pronunciation of my name. And it can seem like a madness, like a disassociation. Yet really it's more of a neutrality. And so I just wanted to reflect that. I don't really think that I have a question moving forward, but
Any practice or anything is like it's to the me. Of course, whatever is happening, simply happening for nobody, but to the me, it has meaning. And then that, like, I feel sense that, me is always looking for the experiences, and it's relating to their imagination, me's imagination, that may become close to enlightenment or freedom, or maybe that similar experiences, but it's not like that. Whatever that me does, it's me's experience. That what's being said here isn't about me's experience.
Right. It's almost like the mind plays riddles while the heart plays hide and seek in a way. As we're unfolding like a flower talking about this, it's just wonderful. Yeah, and one thing leads to another that leads to another. Yeah. So yeah, it's been difficult. I just started learning about non-duality over the past year, and very, very, very fulfilling at first, and then very emptying right afterward. And some people describe that as mimicking depression, or, wow, now what do I do? I think spirituality has become consumerism for us too, and humans are creatures of habit, or maybe creatures of addiction. And so you're just taking it all in, the incense and the crystals and all of it in the meditation. And so then there comes a moment of, wow, stop, neutrality. Yes. And so while it could create a lot of doubt, the way that I, kind of stay on this is because it feels good, this path, and there's simplicity that allows me to be with it, to access it, for lack of a better word.
Yes, constantly looking for something to feel better. And nothing wrong with that. That's how me moves. But then that it doesn't last long, and it's not what me really longs for. It's not me, but what's been longed for. So, but me doesn't know what me is really longs for. So me is constantly looking for something to feel better. But that creates, it's not creating, but that continuously me is constantly moving, something to feel better, because me only can know that. But that is happening in the me's reality. And almost like a generating own reality on its own, but it's not. That's not how it's appearing. But that's, yes, in a way, this way.
I know, it's amazing. Like in some way, I'm only interested in the veil opening and closing, but meanwhile, infinity is really what the heart is more interested in. I feel, And of course, words are going to elude it, like having a conversation with a friend, and at the end of the day, realizing that's what I really wanted to say. I feel like it's always going to be like that.
Whatever that,
So.
Then yes, that's what happens to the me looking for something to feel good. Nothing wrong with that, feeling good appears, feeling bad can appear, anything can appear, but there is no, how can I say, difference.
Right, and but at the same time, everyone's going to have their singularity when it comes to their dream. So it also feels futile to get a community and say, wow, I've got my finger on the pulse. Here is how I define it, because everybody's internal world is going to be completely singular. So once again, there's that kind of paradox, and I guess I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yes, but then that's again me's experience, right?
Right. Yeah. It's like everyone's dream is going to be, just so, whether in life or not, whether dead or alive, it is gonna feel attached to an identity, right? And the oneness is not going to speak for everybody. Is is what I'm going to say. I'm trying to say, right?
There's only oneness is speaking.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
There's only that. So it's funny.
Yeah. So it's like a monologue we're having here, like in a way. So, like other non-dualists say, like Anna Brown. But anyhow, thank you so much, Naho. Your work really speaks to me. So thank you. You folks alchemize the medium. Yeah, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. Thank you, Louis.
Will do.
Go ahead, William.
Hi again, Naho. So my question is there anything actually happening?
Actually, nothing is happening.
Okay. The reason I asked that question is because before, when I asked you about suffering and you said Naho didn't exist and all of that, and I think, but still there's suffering here now, and you said that's not happening to anyone. So then I think, well, even if the sufferings are happening to anyone, there is suffering, and there seems to be joy. That's how it appears to me. And I think, okay, well, if that joy isn't happening to someone, there is still joy happening. So there is something really happening, even if it's not to someone.
Yes. So I wouldn't say it's illusion. It's seemingly happening, but actually nothing's appearing as that. So nothing is happening.
That just makes sense. You said that like, oh yeah, it's so simple, and I'm thinking, no, it's not.
This is too simple. Like, actually, this is so simple and it's so simple, and exactly how it is. It's just nothing being everything. That's all. So yeah.
When you say this or one of the other speakers, I think I don't have a clue what they're on about. I don't get, but when we ask a question like, oh, so something's happening, blah, 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 tell your story. Do you think, isn't this obvious? Like what you're saying?
Yes. So, there is only obviousness. So there's only obviousness. There's only this.
It doesn't matter how many times you tell me nothing's happening. I will still always experience something as real, won't I?
Yes, that's the point. This is energetic. This isn't words. This isn't understanding. How much you hear nothing is happening. If that is what is happening, then that's what is happening. But I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's just seemingly happening, but it's not real.
Yeah, because I think to myself, well, if Naho says nothing's happening so many times, and then Tony says it how many times, and whoever else says it, eventually it'll click. But that's not what it's about. So you're saying it's energetic. So if somebody's listening to this message, energetically, the sense of being a real person can fall apart.
Yes, sure, but that it's already nobody's there, nobody's here, there's nobody. But just how can I say that energetic dream disappear? Energetic dream just vanish.
You won't probably give me an answer, but I really want to know how it happens or why it happens.
In a way, it won't happen. It won't happen because it's already.
So there's already no one.
Yes, exactly.
And then the dream of being someone can vanish.
Exactly. So dream is not reality, but to the dream, it's reality. So dream disappear, but dream never exists as reality, right?
Yeah, this maybe, I don't know. You're saying right, like, oh yeah, so we both know. I don't have a clue. My dream hasn't disappeared yet.
Yes. So it's interesting that my dream hasn't disappeared yet. So again, me is always everything is personalized it.
This is fucking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about, but I love it. Love it.
You say yes.
I have no idea what, but it's great. It's thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, William. So simple, William. There's a question here from Mohammed. Mohammed goes, "Hello, Naho. Thanks for your message. How can the realization that there is no me happen?" How did you do it, Naho?
So that Naho never existed. So nobody knows that. It just it doesn't exist. So doesn't exist isn't understanding, isn't idea. It doesn't exist.
Thank you so much. There's another question. I'll get to Eugene. Lily goes, does it feel physically different when nothing is happening to a you?
Any sensation can appear, but it doesn't feel that somebody is here. There's nobody.
Thank you.
Like a sensation is only, it's not happening to somebody.
Beautiful. Eugene, unmute yourself and no, this is not Tinder Live. Eugene, are you there?
I don't want to come on now. You put me on blast.
You're in the spotlight now, Eugene. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that was just a joke. Well, kind of a joke. Naho, why do you like pink?
You know, it's interesting that likes appears and then pinks appears. So that's all. Maybe likes appears, but maybe pink doesn't appear.
You would fail elementary school.
What's that?
That you would fail elementary school.
Maybe.
No. You like pink because pink reminds you of flowers that I remember in the garden when I was young, like the cherry blossoms in spring. That
But
doesn't
that's interesting that, you know, even that Naho felt, nobody is painful, feels pain.
Nobody feels pain.
Yes, it just the feels appears.
Okay.
Nobody cares, maybe.
Okay. Let's see. What's the difference between pain and suffering? Is pain real? Pain is real.
So that physical pain, if that physical pain, that pain appears like a sensation, like a feeling, like a thought. But that suffering is almost like a me taking as my experience, and it feels it's so real, and it feels the suffering, and in a way it's in time, and it becomes a mental activity too, because that this pain might create more pain, or I might die, or
Okay, so the story that goes along with pain is the unreality, but the pain is the reality.
yes. But then if me feels that pain, then might be feeling suffering.
That's true. But in both cases, if you have a headache, you would still take an aspirin.
Yes, anything this body does, you know, whatever that body does, it's what is happening, but nobody's controlling it.
Either way, if there's a story, if there's not a story, nobody is controlling it.
Yes, but it almost like there is no story. It's just whatever it's happening.
Okay.
That's happening. So in a way that the likes and dislikes is almost like I could say that, but there's no story.
But they're still existing, but there's no story behind them.
What
Likes and dislikes exist still for Naho, but there's no story behind the likes and dislikes.
So in this conversation, it's only apparently, for example, if this talks appears, then that's I could say likes and dislikes, but it's really don't think that way. It's just appearing. It's just appearing, but I could say because, you know, I like it, or, you know, there's likes and dislikes apparently appears, but it's not really happening.
Okay. The me is always searching for something, but the me is not permanent.
Yes.
The me is not permanent. We're going to die. And when we were born, we didn't have a me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And the me is always looking for things that are impermanent. And that's why it's never satisfied.
Yes.
Because the me itself is impermanent.
Yes, and also me is in a way that it's not me. It's always it's not really living. It's like you know, it's already too late. Almost like, how do you say? It's me feels that I am experiencing that, but it's not really. That's why.
Me is responding through the filter of thoughts. So me is responding to thoughts and not what's happening. So if something is happening and you think that this should be happening in this way, you're really responding, the me is responding to the thoughts.
Yes, me is already late. It's like a me is always, how can I say, me feels whatever it's happening, it's my effort or my action, but that's not how it's appearing, so how it's happening. So that's why me doesn't feel satisfied, because whatever that me say, it's not real, it's not true.
Okay, so the me lives in time, because I think time has something related to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So time. So you said that me was born, and me is gonna die. So limited, but that is a dream. Me was never born. Me never dies. Me doesn't exist.
Okay.
So time appears. Of course, apparent time appears, but it's to me it's reality. But me is time. As soon as me was born, time becomes reality. Because the beginning is I was born.
And what we're saying now, this is also a dream because words are dreams, because words are separation.
I wouldn't say this is a dream. This is seemingly happening.
Okay. Is it unhelpful for me to be in these meetings because I am looking for something and I strengthen the me by me searching for something?
I mean, like it's like what did you say? The words I forgot. But then it might be me might feel uncomfortable because me sometimes I feel I shouldn't. I want to seek. Me's energy is to seek. That's me's character. But me try to stop it. That's another seeking. But that is that's what is happening. It's like contract. It's like fighting.
Right.
So me might feel uncomfortable. So this can't be manual. This can't be something to use because then me might feel like I'm mentally sick or whatever.
Okay. But there's nobody there to use it. It's not even if I imagine that and I'm fighting.
Exactly. Yes.
There is nobody there. It's just me thinking that I'm doing this thing, but there's even no me and there's no thing to do the thing that we're talking about.
But this
you also said, okay, go ahead.
But this isn't understanding whatever that is happening. It's already happened. So you can't say, oh, this is idea. That's how me does. Oh, this isn't happening, right? But that happened already, right? So that's why this isn't understanding. Me always claims after this isn't happening, after it happened to me. That's why it's not true. That's why it's not comfortable.
Okay. I think you also said, I feel that someone is here. So when the word I wanted to think about or concentrate on is feel. I feel that someone is here. Is it a feeling that someone is here?
No, that feeling of somebody is there isn't just a feeling. It's the sense I am somebody exists.
Okay.
I am somebody exists feeling something. So whatever happens, it happened to me. That is me. So that feeling is happening to me. It's me. So almost like a feeling, and as I am is separate.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Maybe I should go back to the boyfriend question. No, forget it.
Eugene, this is not Tinder.
No, I know. I'll quit while I'm ahead. Thanks, Naho.
All right. Thanks, Eugene. I have a couple of questions here, so I'll get to you, Anita. The question that I have here is, there's a couple of comments here. Thank you for the relief of the transmission of love. Stan goes, I'm resisting the unconditional nature of what is happening. And then there's a question here. I don't mind what happens, i.e. either way is okay. Is this what you are pointing to? I'll repeat. I don't mind that nothing happens. Example, either way is okay. Is this what you are pointing to?
Yes. Just what is happening. That's how it's, that's how it's appearing here. nothing is happening.
Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just that's all there is.
Excellent. Thank you. This is from Aniko. Aniko goes, thank you, Naho, for your time with us. My question is, who is God? Only a part of the dream, or he is the nothing and everything?
Yes. God is like I always feel like man-made. Somebody's created, me created. There isn't any entity, so that you can't say this is God, this isn't God, or there isn't any thing.
Bingo. Anita, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Emerson. Thank you, Naho.
We can't see you, Anita.
Oh yeah, I put a video on.
There you are.
Yes. So the me is a concept, but we think it's real, and because of that, we are suffering.
Oh, can you repeat that again?
The me is a concept. Yeah, and but we think it's real. A lot of people think it's real.
You know what? That's not concept. Me is not concept. Me is a sense. I exist. So that's the me.
Yeah.
That is only concept. It's you know, it doesn't exist, right?
It's a sense, but it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's only a sense.
Feels I am somebody, I exist, I live, is reality to the me. That's the me. And I do things, you know, I am living, is me.
Yeah, but there is aliveness or yeah. Is there a kind of a clue behind? It looks like there is a kind of a clue behind when you. So the me is only a sense.
Of course, me is always me has so much ideas and you know, me is living in a separate reality and so many things happening. That's the dream. Me is a dream.
Yeah.
But to the me, it's reality. So that's not concept. It's reality to the me.
Yeah, but it's a dream.
Yes, energetic dream.
It's a yeah.
For real.
It's a dreamt reality. Yeah, I can. Yeah. And this energetic thing, yeah, that's also always a question. Can we do anything about it?
You know, it's interesting. That's how me think. And you know, that's how it's appearing.
Yeah.
Not right and wrong.
Okay. It's just what it's appearing, and that's yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you, Anita. I have a few questions here, and I'll get to William and Eugene. This question is from M. If everything is simply appearing to be happening, the me also simply happens sometimes. There is no good or bad. So the me just is. It doesn't matter. No?
Of course not, because it's not happening. But to the me, it matters. You know, me try to understand this, and oh, it doesn't matter. That's how me wants to think, how me wants to feel. Of course not. Of course it's not. It doesn't matter because it's not happening.
Thank you. This one is from Lily. Could this all be summed up as everything's okay?
Of course, okay, but yes, but yeah, because it's all whole and complete already. So there is no okay or not okay.
And this one is from M. Is it also possible that there is no way of knowing that non-duality is also a dream?
Yes, exactly. Non-duality, if that word that becomes something, and then that is a dream. This can't be speak about. This can't be spoken about. So, you know, non-duality, if that is concept, then it's a dream.
Beautiful. This one is from Anne. Hi now. What is family? If there is no separate people, then how do we determine who our family members are?
Yes, interesting. Because that's, again, that's family is happening in a dream. So, yes, me has family usually. And me is relating to that somebody, because to the me, I am somebody, family member is somebody, and we have a relationship. We are family is reality, but that isn't really happening. That is a dream.
Beautiful, thank you. Go ahead, William, and unmute yourself.
Hello again, Naho. I am still trying to make a story to give myself hope that I'm going to become liberated. Okay. And basically, right, in the story, apparently there's been a number of glimpses of this over the years, even before coming into contact with this message. And I'm thinking, well, the glimpses must mean something, because it must be a sign that eventually liberation will happen soon before the body dies.
So that's you mean like that's the dream you're telling yourself?
I believe it, or I hope it's true. Like, the glimpses must mean something.
Oh, yes. So that, this is already the case. So how much you wait, it won't happen.
This isn't the case.
because it's already the case. So while you're waiting, it won't happen.
I can't stop waiting.
Yes. I know. Waiting is, it's in a way that the waiting is like waiting is a seeking.
Yeah.
So what you are waiting isn't personal, and it's already. So how much you wait, it won't happen. That's why in this case, me is hopeless, because me is waiting. Me, the energy is to hope.
It's terrible. So I know there's no way to stop that. It's what's happening. And you're saying this is already, so this is already everything. This is already no me. This is already nothing happening. Yeah. Okay. And so, but there's a sense that I am here, and now I need to not be here for this to become whole.
That's the try, right? Not to be there, but who? You're not there already. There's no you.
I don't.
Who? It's not gonna be.
No, it doesn't help when you say that, because to me, it feels like I'm here. And when you say that, I think, well, Naho's probably right, but I don't see that. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that.
Yes, I understand. It becomes like a, greatest joke, because it doesn't exist. But to me, it's so real. That's why how can I say, dilemma to the me appears, but that also is happening in the me stream. It's not happening.
What advice do you have for me that is struggling? You have no advice.
No advice, because again, as I said, it just I see. It's not somebody sees, but you can see there's only freedom. Freedom is telling me that I want to be free.
I love you and I love Emma, so this is awesome.
Thank you, William. So much fun now. This is so much fun. Go ahead, Eugene. Go ahead, please, and unmute yourself.
Hi, Naho again. So it doesn't matter what we do or what we think we do, seeking or not seeking, or whatever we think we do in this life. If this happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's like an apple with a brain who thinks that if I think I'm going to ripen faster, I'll ripen faster. But the ripening only happens when it's time to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
So if I show up to 1,000 of these meetings, it doesn't matter. If I don't show up and I do something completely different, it doesn't matter. If it happens, it happens. But even if it happens to nobody.
Exactly. So it's not personal. So there is no positive to the me after the liberation, because me is not there anymore. But then, as you said, like whatever I think or me think, it doesn't matter, of course, because nobody is thinking.
Okay.
But to the me, I think. But then, am I thinking, and what it's gonna happen is irrelevant. But actually, everything is irrelevant. How much you think I'm thinking? It's not thinking. You're not thinking. There's no use.
This seems like having Alzheimer's.
Sometimes, while me's energy is there, sometimes, me feels schizophrenic, because sometimes I feel nobody, and I lost all memories, and somebody's me feels different personalities. Can happen.
Yeah.
But again, me is experience.
Okay. I mean, I'm thinking at the same time, this isn't Alzheimer's, because I don't think you get on a bus and you just start babbling nonsense. I think you have social awareness that there are other people around and you don't.
Again, of course, yes, whatever it's happening. And you think, again, that you think you are controlling that. That's the truth.
Okay, but those things happen, but there's no me to do it. Even if you think that there's a me to that you're controlling it, there's no me.
Of course not. And then nobody's cares. If that happens or not happens, nobody's there to care about it. But me cares, or want to make sure that I have social whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's why me is aware in that.
Okay. Let's see. I want to go down a rabbit hole here a little. Recently, this is just totally off topic. I just want to hear what you have to say about this. They've spotted UFOs by the US military. saying that there's aliens or there's other people, or some people report that they see angels, they believe in angels, and some people talk about near-death experiences when there's no body anymore, and they feel connected with everything. That's a story too. Or
how it's appearing. Okay, that's what's happening.
okay. But that's just as unreal as me thinking I can control something, or it's just as real as anything else.
Here, whatever it's happening, that's how it's appearing. There is no comment to that.
Okay. But appearances aren't real then. Appearances are a dream.
No, a dream is me. That dream is I am somebody, I am separate, I am controlling, I am living is dream.
That sounds very biblical.
What does it mean?
Biblical? In the Bible it says, when God was, well, I can't quote it directly, but when Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, when Eve took the apple, she immediately saw differences, and all knowledge was placed in her head. So all these things are related in some way, I think. But even if my thoughts say that all these things are related, that's just an appearance too. Everything's an appearance.
Yes. So, but then the me cares about that.
Yeah, he does. If you were talking to a baby or you were talking to someone with Alzheimer's, would need to speak to them because they already know this. Well, not know it in their head, but they know it. But the thing with adults, people with heads and thoughts, is that you're speaking to us, but it seems like we're trying to get to the state where our head's not working, but you're speaking to our head, so it's going through my head and it's trying to filter in something that can't be understood. It's like I'm saying, it's insanity, really. It's like I'm asking you.
I didn't mean go crazy.
Yes, I'm asking you. I want a unicorn, and you're telling me, well, you are a unicorn, or unicorns don't exist. But I keep wanting to get a unicorn, and you keep telling me no, but I keep coming back. Isn't that crazy?
But that's so much fun. I'm sorry. That's so funny.
It's funny.
Just the seriousness disappears with everything.
Well, I hope to get my unicorn then. If that's how having a unicorn is like.
Again, the me always wants to have my something doesn't exist. How much you wait for your unicorn, it won't happen because there's nothing is personal.
But there's nothing to happen though.
Of course, yes, already the case. But waiting is seeking. Me wait something to happen.
So you don't think I should get on Tinder?
Okay, Eugene.
Okay.
We are at 1:33 now, which is
Sorry.
We're past the
I thought
time.
there wasn't any time. Okay. I'll leave it there till the next month if I show up. This is the best week ever, Emerson. I wish you had weeks like this all the time. You got stars this week. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Naho. You can go to Naho's website, nahoowada.com. And everybody unmute yourself and say bye. Oh, say
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Thank you,
Naho.
Naho.
Bye, Naho. Bye, Emerson.
Thank you, Naho. Thank you, Emerson.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Emerson.
you, Emerson. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Emerson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Naho. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now.
Best ever.
Thank you.
Yes.
Epic.
Good.
Right.
Nice.